Hey, this is part 2 of the video series on ratios and observational drawing. If you aren't on part 2, then go find the other parts. So if I was going to draw this cup, one of the things I would first do is I would define like the space in my sketchbook. So I'm assuming I would be drawing this in an actual sketchbook. I'll kind of make little doodles to kind of give you an idea. I do suggest sticking with like paper and pencil for a lot of this, just because it's a lot simpler. You can do it everywhere. There's no setup. It takes no time. You fucking just do it or you don't. It's a lot harder because you don't have tools like, oh, now I could just fucking, woo, sweet, now the perspective's good. You know, you can't do that shit, but that's good because you have to work with these tools and you have to really think and consider what it is you're doing. But anyways, if this is here, say, you know, that's me. I'm a line. I'm 2 lines. And then we got the cup here. The cup. This is going to have a different perspective because I'm drawing it over here where the cup is. Okay, whatever. We got the cup. And it's got a straw, right? So if we have... Wait, hold on. Big straw. That is a pretty big straw. Why is the straw so fucking big? Damn, Starbucks. Oh, hold on. It's a bit up. No, it's still a big straw. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. So we got a cup. And then... Say this is my other cup. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And then say... Whatever. There's some extra shit here. And then here's probably where my tablet is. And then... Whatever. There's some stuff. So if I'm drawing the cup... We'll say the other monitor is back here. Oop. Okay, if I'm drawing the thing, the cup, the first thing I would want to do is define, like, where is my composition going to be? Like, what exactly, what's the space I'm going to be drawing in, right? So it's just a square. I'm just making a square, really. Just setting up a little thumbnail space, a little canvas, you know? And what this helps you do is it's your little viewfinder. It helps you translate what you're seeing into something you can actually draw, right? Like when you look at a cup, you're like, whoa, shit, dude, that's a cup for reals. But if you do this cool shit with your hands, hold on, let me draw it out, right? You got your fucking hand, and then I'm actually referencing my hand while I'm doing this because I don't fucking hands, man. And then you do that's a short ass hand. And then you do the other one with your other fucking hand. Ugh. Gotta see. What do thumbs do? You fucking, right? This thing you see artists do sometimes. You probably don't ever really see them do it. But they do this with their hands. You got your hand there and you got your other hand here. And then, boom, in this, you got a little square. You got a little fucking square. This helps you kind of break down what it is you're going to be drawing and where it is going to be, right? See, look at me cheat right there. Fucking cheated, dude. Don't tell the police though. Okay, anyway, so this creates a little square for you to see. This is called a viewfinder. So a lot of people will either do that or you can actually get little pieces of paper or something and then make it yourself, or just get a fucking paper square thing even. You know, and it's similar to like actually you could just take a picture or whatever. But the idea is you're trying to flatten reality so you can like start to interpret it, right? When you're drawing it. The idea is now you have a bunch of like when you have this frame, you have, and imagine if this frame, oh, it just happened to be our actual literal frame. Now I know that, oh shit, look, the straw's right basically in the fucking middle. So I could like make a mark there. Straw, right? Cool. And then I can reference and be like, okay, so that's not halfway, but it's not like a third either. It's kind of like halfway in between halfway. So it's like a quarter, right? So now I can make that mark there. There's gonna be like a little mark here. Okay, cool. And then I can make these other little references where it's like, well, the top of this isn't actually halfway either. It's not, I mean, it's kind of halfway to halfway, you know, it's like also a quarter. So I can make a little mark up here, right? And then if you can't see what I'm doing, I'm making the little marks for the cup up here. This is so weird because I'm drawing this in perspective of another perspective, but I'm drawing this in another perspective. It's fucking weird, man. Whatever. Anyway, so this kind of, it maps it out. So you kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can draw this a lot more confidently and with a lot more accuracy because I have these things. And what you're doing here, like, you know, if you see what I was doing, it's like, oh, are you actually drawing the cup, or are you like making little marks and you're just kind of connecting all the dots and stuff? Well, it's both, you know, but the main point is you're making tiny connections, and you're putting these things together all the time, like all the time, with every single element, right? So I skipped ahead and I just drew the fucking cup, but you shouldn't. You should be like, oh, okay, look what's the distance here? What's the distance here? Okay, all right. And these little things, being able to make these microscopic decisions or like comparisons, and like, oh, okay, I see. Like at this perspective, like where the fuck would the center? Where's the center of this like round thing? And you could be like, okay, here's a round thing, so I could do this because, all right, yeah, like that's where the center is, right there, and that's where the straw's coming out from. So you're making all these forms, and you're making all of these connections you're making sense of this 2D shape, but it's a 3D shape, but you know, it's a 2D drawing that it's a 3D fucking whatever. It makes sense. It works. So it's this sort of analysis is what you're going to be really trying to focus on when you're studying from life, and this goes from everything, like from being able to see a cup to drawing a dragon or something, right? Obviously a dragon you don't have real life to reference from, but pulling references and really studying them and making these micro things, like noticing them, I guess. This will help you make the library in your head, but also just being able to see it in the first place, right? So this particular little section is about actually looking at the objects and finding a decent way to like replicate what you're seeing. Keep in mind this viewfinder method is super fucking important, like 1,000 times important, because without this, it's really hard to kind of like figure out what it is you're doing on paper. And then if you do this enough, though, you'll be able to do it pretty like just in your head. You'll be able to make little calls of like, say, oh, okay, like, all right, I'm going to do a new study of this cup, except I'm going to just focus on like this area. And I know that I'm going to like have the top of my composition, quote unquote, as the bottom of this monitor, right? So you're like, okay, cool. With that in case, let me like keep some of that because I needed that. You're like, oh, okay, so the fucking cup starts like kind of around here. It's around here, yeah, sure. It's kind of in the middle of the composition. Not great composition, but you know. Oh, but we got this nice strong like centerpiece line thing, kind of at like the third. It's not really a third, but that's getting into some other shit, but I could explain that if you guys want in a second. But you make these conscious little decisions in your head, and you're like, oh, okay, well, shit, there's that little like a platform that my monitor's on that I really got to get rid of. That's over here. Oh shit, it goes a little bit higher. I didn't quite make it go high enough, so now I'll change that. It goes a little higher. Okay, cool. You know, fatten up that straw a little more. Let's try to work on the indent of this straw, like what's actually happening here. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that looks like ass, but you know, you get the point. Here we go. It's a little better. You can like, oh, wow. And then you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to like really flesh out this lid. I'm going to go ham. I'm going to like figure out the distance here and the little divots here. Look, there's like that weird little indent here. And all this stuff you want to do in your head while you're like really looking at it. And if you can't do it in your head, do it on the picture first. Just go ahead, like straight up, take a picture of the thing and then draw along it and really just kind of like look at it. One of the things that they taught us in school is to do these things called blind contours. And I don't honestly know how well this works or helps, but what it got you doing was looking and drawing at the same time. And I know I'll explain what they are in just a second. Let me kind of keep fleshing out this cup because I'm having fun. Okay, so what a blind contour is you don't look at your drawing. Full disclaimer, again, I don't know if this actually really helps or not, but you don't look at what you are drawing. Like literally, you don't look at it, but you look at only the thing you're supposed to be drawing, right? So For example, if I was to draw, say, this controller over here. Oh, shit. If I was to draw this controller. And then, but I can't look at it. So right now, I'm not looking at what I'm drawing. But I'm looking only at the controller. So I'm going to draw this, like, horizontal. See, you can't, oh, wait, that was actually straight. Okay, hold on. So I cheated. But, all right, I'm going to draw the top of the edge. I'm starting at this light here, and then I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to draw the buttons, too. This is going to just not work out at all. So that's a straight edge. Cool. I'm assuming the other side of the controller is a straight edge. I'm assuming the bottom is a straight edge. I'm probably not lining up anymore at all, but here's probably connecting. And then now I would draw the buttons. Here's like the first one, that's a circle. This one's a square. This one's a square. I'm sure I'm totally off at this point. This is a square. This is a square. This is really lame with a controller, but something with buttons and shit, because you're just drawing the same shit over and over again. Oh, hey, look at that. It's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Whatever. The main idea is to get you to be really looking and making these little decisions and these little strokes. Fucking, I wish I chose a better picture to, like, let's see. Let me just find something else. Let's see. Dog. Cool. Perfect. Great. Awesome. This will be even more funny because I draw dogs. All right, here we go. We got a dog. Now I'm going to do a blind contour of this dog. Again, I don't even know why I'm going into this. It's probably not even going to make the final cut. So fuck it. Whatever. I'm just having fun. So I'm going to start with the ear. Boop. And then I'm just going to go up. So we got this like weird corner thing. That's where it starts. Then we got these little tiny divot detail things. Got a bit of a straight, and then this is like the curve of the ear. It kind of goes down or whatever, around. Now back to the skull. We got this little bump, probably where the eyebrow ridge is, and then kind of this is like in perspective a bit. Go back down, follow the trace of the nose, or like the bridge of the nose, and this is the actual nose. Got that little like snout hole thing, and then back down into the nose. Okay. This is like the line in between where the mouth is. Let's go back to the muzzle. Oh my god. Okay, let's... Fuck. I have no idea where I'm at anymore. Anyways, here's the mouth maybe. Let's draw like the eyeball. You're not supposed to really jump around like I am, because how would you know? You're not looking at your fucking drawing. Oh well. Cool. Alright. Oh my god, he's terrifying. Poor guy. Anyways, this is a blind, this is like a oh, damn it, it's kind of off screen, whatever. This is a perfect example of a blind contour, because it looks it's bad. Terrible, it's bad. But look at that, the eye actually is like, that's close, you know, like shape-wise. Most of this is like, look, that as a snout hole, that's like pretty damn close to that snout hole. You know, so I'm copying the stuff, but I'm not putting it in the right place, obviously, because I'm not looking. So yeah, this is super funny. I don't know if this actually helps out, but my teachers were fucking pledging by this shit. They're like, blind contours do them, blah, blah, blah. This is specifically just to get you drawing and seeing, really seeing, mainly seeing, not drawing, but seeing and focusing and making little marks and stuff. This is not, I don't suggest anyone to actually draw like this. Obviously it doesn't work, but it does maybe get the gears going. I don't fucking know. Blind contours, go check them out. They're terrible. Anyways, so yeah, back to what I was talking about. Why did I go from blind contours to, like, I was talking about doing this in your head, like setting up the composition, these little elements. You don't have to use a viewfinder all the time if you know how to do it. Then I went to blind contours. Oh, because I was talking about really checking out the little details, right? Yeah, because there's a bunch of little details in here. All these forms, and like, look at how this works. You know, we got this little boop, we got this little thing, we've got, this is in its own just a little fucking like nebula of shapes and designs and stuff. All these little ridges on here. Like, fuck that, dude. Who's gonna draw that? I don't know, but you know, maybe a good person. You got the little recycle thing. Like, it's crazy, man. There's all these little stuff. So like the amount of like accuracy you can take a study is insane. There is so many little things to even a simple object that if you could spend hours like easily on just a cup, and then, you know, hopefully it will show that that took you hours and it's great. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just doodling now. So yeah, fucking that's how you want to try to see. Another tool that is pretty useful, especially for like observational stuff. It's sort of like the viewfinder, but it's your own method of like measuring stuff out. And it's either like using your thumb or using your pen. So you probably see like in the movies or something, you'll see like a character. I'll make him a furry character, because why not? Why the fuck not, my dudes? They'll have their thumb out, be doing like this sort of thing, but they have their thumb out and they've got like a pen here. All right, this is like not quite a good hand. Okay. All right. All right, you got your shit. You got your fucking hand. You got your thumb. Got your thumb, and then you got a pen. So got like, say the pencil as an eraser. And then sticking out here. Right. And then you might see the other guy, or the guy has their arm extended and then they're measuring it out. Right. So what I mean by measuring it out is like, hold your pen like that. Just do this now. You can use your thumb to kind of like measure how long something is. The trick is you have to have your arm fully extended. Man, this guy has a tiny hand for fucking bulbousy or arm, whatever. But extend your arm out all the way. And because if you change your arm, then if you like bring your hand closer to your face, then your measurement's going to be all fucked up. So like choose an object across your room or whatever, just right now. I'm assuming you have a tablet pen in your hand, or get one, or a pen, and then just hold it out and then measure something. Use your thumb, the tip of your thumb, to like measure the actual height. So you have the height of whatever is the tip of your pen, and then wherever your thumb is, and from wherever you're seeing, will be the like the bottom, right? And so what this allows you to do is set up your own little measurements. So I could be like, okay, the top of the straw is about half of my pen. Okay, but the whole cup itself is about my entire pen. Okay, cool. So this part sticking out, whoopsie. This part sticking out is not going to be as big as this entire cup, right? And I mean including the top of it. So this literal entire cup is not going to be the same. It's going to be longer than the straw, right? So again, this is another method to kind of help you measure and figure out what it is you're looking at and, interpret it, right? That's the whole point of this. The whole point of all of this is to really just understand what it is you're seeing, how big it is compared to everything else around it, all of that. That's literally the building blocks of observational drawing and just observation in general. So yeah, where to go from there? Oh, I guess I can talk about breaking down like actual creatures and stuff now too. That's step one, I would say. Like, draw as many objects around you as possible, and then you can get a lot better idea of like, oh, okay, this is what this looks like, this is what that looks like, whatever. And then the more you're solid at really looking and understanding what you're seeing, then the more you can start to move on to other things, like an animal or something. So let's bring back dog.